Hello, hello, how are you all? Wish you'd respond. I wish just a few little like, hello, hello. So I sit here by myself. Hello, you lovely lot. Right, we are in the depths of autumn, so I thought we could start introducing some colour to eyes and how that works and how it looks on me, and is it good, is it bad, what do you think? I'm going to use this really beautiful collection from a makeup artist called Violette. She's French, but she lives in the States. She has her own brand, but she also sort of contributes and does commissions for different brands. And she has got a series of palettes, really beautiful butterfly palettes, and she personally loves the blue. If you follow her or you've seen her, you'll know she does. She's very dark. She's got dark eyebrows, dark hair, dark fringe, very different to me. So I probably won't be able to pull off her look, but I'm kind of just going to do something and see where it goes. So that's what we're going to do with the eyes. I'm going to start with something that I should have mentioned, obviously, whilst it was the summertime. I'm going to go for this colour here. Ultraviolet Dream Screen Tinted Veil. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. I'm sure many of you have tried it over the summer because I think it came out just in July. And I used it in the summer, loved it. In fact, I'd been messaging them for a while going, when's it coming in the UK? When's it coming in the UK? And we had to wait a little bit longer because I absolutely adore the SPF. And this is wonderful too. I'm going to just add that little mirror there. Again, I'm going to apply it just with my fingers. It's SPF 50. The colours are great, but it is super sheer. So you are going to see pigmentation, spots, irregularities in your skin coming through this, but it just gives that lovely, as I've explained a few times, that kind of like 10, 15 denier finish to the skin, which is sometimes all you want. But the other day, I was feeling a bit drab and I actually just put just a little bit of highlighter on my skin and just in a second I felt like I had my mojo back, you know? Just have a little bit of gloss, a little bit of colour. See how much I used? Hardly any. Now obviously that needs to be blended through, but honestly, please, please, please do try and apply your bases with fingers, because if you apply straight from your brush or your sponge, you do waste a lot of product. You'll probably need, like I'm doing now, just a little bit of a buff. Oh, nice winter sun coming through. That's going to blind me now as it bounces off my car, which is parked in front in the driveway. As you can see, that is super light. It feels amazing. Everything I recommend is like top notch. If I put something on and it just tightened my skin or looked like makeup, it doesn't even get on the channel. Everything, unless I say I'm doing a first reveal with you all, is tried and tested. So super, super lovely. Great for older skins. It's SPF 50. You've got great protection. I mean, I'd probably always put a little bit of SPF on first, just because I couldn't depend. I mean, I couldn't sit in the sun with just this on. Maybe you could, but you probably need quite a lot more than I've put on. Remember, you need to apply quite a bit of SPF on. I don't tend to kind of talk about that a lot. In fact, one of my viewers did say you really need to put more SPF on. Yes, I probably do. But just because of the time and your concentration levels, you're going to get really bored if I'm massaging SPF in. But yes, ladies, a little bit more than that. So always do a little bit more before, I would say. Anyway, super lovely. I've been very much enjoying the finish of the Radiant Skin by Charlotte Tilbury, which I showed you a while ago. And just because I'm doing a little bit of a stronger eye, just around my mouth and nose, I'm going to use the same colour of my skin, which is to help you, because I know that I'm very sporadic at getting back, 7 medium, or I'm in the car basically. You say, what was the colour of that thing? I'm like, oh God, it's at home. Then I get home, then I forget. So I do apologise. 7 medium is my shade, and obviously a lot of you buy online because you can't get into stores, so it's kind of a good gauge, isn't it? I'm very pink in my face, but I like to wear yellow tones because it neutralises the redness, and I like to kind of have that nice warmth to my skin. So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to use the lighter colour around. I really love the staying power of this concealer. I love the fact that it melts and blends well with the skin. I would say that the Max Factor one, with all the beautiful skincare properties like this one, is probably a little bit more hydrating, but this does migrate very, very well. It doesn't sit on the surface, it doesn't shrink the skin or make it look tired or dehydrated, and it wears really, really well. So if you're someone who puts on a concealer and then sort of 2 hours later it's come off, this is going to be a great option for you. I really like the formula. It's so exciting, like how many just great products there are out there, and every year the formulas become better, more long wearing, more beautiful to wear. The sensory aspect of applying makeup is just delicious. Right, so skin looks good. I'm going to leave it like that because I'm just going to see how it balances with the eyes. I'll take my brush now. I think I'm going to start... Ooh, okay, right, I'm going to start dark. Start dark, not the black. Now Violette did put this on with her finger, but oh gosh, that's gorgeous. Violette put this on with her finger to get a nice smudge, but just because I haven't applied these on my eyes yet, I'm going to just start with the brush. As you can see, oh, it spreads nicely. Oh, great pigment. Love this. Okay. Really nice. Okay, so you don't need that much, so don't go crazy, but also what you'll see is that none of it is falling down. It's a great sign. So let's go dark on the other side, and you could mix this with a bit of black for a really strong smoky eye. So I can do a couple of looks from this palette if you would like to see alternative looks. I just try and keep it as organic as possible to make sure that I'm just kind of talking about the stuff that I'm talking about with my clients and my contemporaries. And then next year I'm going to try and get lots of different people in to show you sort of different faces and just kind of give you a little bit of variety. Right, I'm not going to spread that anymore because it's so soft. I need a clean finger that it's actually going to go across the part that I need it lighter. Now, if you do go on the Guerlain website and you have a look how Violette's applied it, she's applied the dark right across her lashes and then she's applied the lighter colour in her socket. I can't do that because it'll make this part look really baggy. She's got nice deep set eyes, so it just looks really cool, like a sort of slept-in liner. So I think, let me just take another brush, a softer brush, so I get a lighter application. Let's go in with this one first. I was going to go in with the peach, but maybe just go the blue. And lay that across and go right into the inner corner because that's where you get that shot of colour. So even if you were wearing like a nice blue jumper, this kind of bluey eye is so nice. Look how lovely. That soft metallic finishes, but as you can see, there's nothing falling off my face. Right, I'm going to keep that in terms of particles, in terms of glitter. And that's the annoying thing, you know. Now this is a clean brush. And again, I'm just pushing this up so that I almost just get a nice diluted version of what I've put on my eye. I'm going to go in with a very light colour right at the end, I think, and I'll probably do that with a cotton bud. So again, just going in with this. Blue's a tricky one to wear, I think. A lot of people think, oh my God, this reminds me of the 80s, reminds me of my mum, it's just not cool. And I get that. I mean, I literally was the person wearing blue eyeliner, that pale blue turquoisey eyeliner, and then the really inky biro blue lashes that were literally like stuck together like 4 spiders' legs over my eyes. Attractive. Yep, that was me. Who would have known then that this would have been my career, my life? Funny, isn't it? Right, so blend that through with a big brush, and then I'm going to take it just into the lash bed, I think, and pull that out. That looks so pretty. And I've got the black. I've got my black top on, and I wanted to wear black just because I thought the blue might just be blue and blue, a bit sort of matchy-matchy, so it kind of makes it a little bit tougher wearing the black. But of course, like I said, you don't have to do that. It would look quite nice with a soft bluey jumper. Really, really nice. So I'm going to go in with a dark shade. It's a really nice inky indigo colour, and then just push that into my bottom lashes. Just on the outer side there. Just bring that round just a tiny bit. And then as you can see what's going to happen, because I need to open out my eyes, I'm kind of creating that sort of V effect on the outside. There we go. Oh, I just love a cotton bud. For under eye colour placement, they really do the job brilliantly. Because again, it just helps you get a nice condensed amount of product in the right place. So there we go. Okay, so let's try the copper. And I'm going to keep it as flat as I can, and I'll blend it into that colour. I'm not sure if it's going to be my bag, but I just wanted to see how the colours blended together. Let's put it over the tear duct there. For me, I think this needs to be like a separate look, but it'll all come into play when I put the mascara on. Be interested to see what you think now. I think, oh no, Caroline. So I wear a lot of makeup. I wear makeup pretty much every day, but I don't wear a lot of colour because I just don't think it does me any favours. So let's blend this in to the inner corner. Yeah, it's much more of a look, which I really like. I want to see how these colours migrate together, because there's kind of something about that, isn't there? How they really fuse together. I like that. So it gives it kind of like a multi-dimensional finish. So there's two shades going on here. It's gone into this sort of like pewtery colour. Okay. Let's take a clean wand, clean bud, and I might just soften that and then do what I've done on the lid and mix in a little bit of the turquoise. And just to soften, because the juxtaposition of that copper against the blue was a bit too sharp. Right, okay. Now, I sort of feel that I've lost the magic. I prefer this colour. Let me finish off this eye perfectly, and then I can actually just get back and put the eye. This eye's gone off on something else, on its own little world. So I want to bring back this eye and go in with a lighter blue here and just play with the blues, I think. And then I'll leave the copper for another day. I really want to push that in there, and then we'll probably get a nice soft black. Let me put a little bit of blue there. What do you think? I'm sure you're going to agree with me. I always find it really interesting. Oh, look at that. See, that to me looks cool because it just looks, it looks like a precious stone. It looks expensive, especially when I've got the mascara on, but this eye doesn't. So let me just take this off. Right, that's a little better. Yes. Right, you might also find that when you've been fiddling around with your blending, like the tail of my brow just needs to be a little bit filled in. Actually, I used a brow pomade on it, which I didn't really like because it starts to crumble. And then just take a little bit of the concealer and just put it underneath your brow, and then blend it into the brow and just the tip of the eyeshadow there. And you see what that does is it just kind of cleans everything up, because especially with the bluey shade, it can tend to look a little bit bruised if you've kind of blended it out too much. Oh my God, honestly. the effort that we go to, eh? So I think that one probably just needs a little bit more. So I've got the blurring sunshine and now I've got nothing. Gone completely flat. It's called Weather, Caroline. It's called Weather. Right, let's just pop a little bit more blue on there. Turquoise, just to give it that lift. No, I don't have the light to show you. And we'll chuck on some Max Factor Masterpiece Matte Mascara, and then we'll see whether we need the eyeshadow, the eyeliner inside the waterline. I think it might look a little bit too heavy, but then it also might look a little bit, it might just kind of give my eye a little bit more shape against the black top as well. And obviously this look would work better in a slightly darker, dimmer light, not such a full-on daylight. But I do really, really like the colour. Makes my eyes really green. And sometimes when you're wearing strong colours, you can actually distract from the colour of your eye, especially something similar. Whereas if I was wearing like a plummy colour or something like that, they would really become woof green. Maybe I'll do that in a couple of weeks to try different colours and see which ones that you like or which ones you think are most flattering. I think the key when you're wearing strong makeup like this on your eyes, because remember my base is, you know, pretty natural. It's not heavy, and I think that's really important. Strong eyes, sort of powdery base, very obvious sort of bronzing and contouring, instantly kind of makes everything look a little bit more done and sort of ice skatery, if you know what I mean. Whereas if you kind of have the nice strong eyes and keep everything quite simple, especially if you were around my age, if you're younger obviously you can do whatever you want. There are no limits. Creativity, well, there's no limits for me either. If I've got the confidence and it makes me feel happy to wear it, I will bloody wear it. I'm just saying, if you're not sure and you need guidance, those are the kind of sort of roads that you need to stay within. Just getting the nice balance of a strong eye and a lip. I don't think I'm actually going to go with the black. I quite like the really beautiful kind of petrol-y blue on the inside of my eye, and in fact I might just do that a little bit stronger. You hope this, you can see it. I'm going to take a smaller, thinner brush and just really lay it flat, so I'm really accentuating, that's it. I'm really accentuating that tear duct area of my eye with this really amazing petrol blue. Yeah, I love that. No, I don't need to put any more black in there, so I'm not going to do that. That's just how I feel right now. Let's just check everything is fine on the old skin. Give it a little brush over. I don't think I've got any fallout. It would be nice. It's a little bit of warmth to my skin. So I'll go in and I'll use the Tinted Moisturiser Blush by Laura Mercier. This is kind of a very kind of winter tan for pale skin. This is the shade Provence. Again, it's very, very soft. But I'm going to probably apply it with a flat brush. Maybe my look could feel better, flat brush. Actually, I haven't heard from them in a long time. I used to do a lot of work for Look Good Feel Better. They've got a new manager in the UK. A new CEO, should I say. And I haven't heard from them. I must get in contact with them and do a little bit more work if they need me. So this texture is super cooling, very refreshing actually. It's probably got a nice little summer product, but it's great if, like myself, you've just put a wet product on, you don't want any powder, but you want just something to give your face a little bit of warmth, which I've done. But I'm going to go one extra mark here. I just feel that my shape of my face could literally be lifted here and here. Do you see, just to give me a bit of space here. I'm getting a bit braver with this concealer. Because remember the base was really, really light. I'll go in with the, no, I was going to go in with my, I'm going to take a clean brush actually. And I'm going to work that. I just didn't use my finger because I was worried there might have been a little bit of remnants of eyeshadow. You see what that's done? Very softly. And I mixed into the blush. I can reapply that blush, but I was feeling that my face was looking a bit mucky, and just putting a lighter concealer just around your area of your eyes, especially if you've done a nice strong eye like this, can just re-add or put the shape back into your face. I'm now looking too angular, but I can soften that with that blusher. Or in fact, I was so annoyed. I suppose I get probably sent about 70%. 30% I buy out of interest, and I think it's really important to be on the sites looking at what you're looking at what's new. And then I use the Monica Blunder Ween colour, and it's not on Cult Beauty, so I'm so sorry for everyone who said it was not on Cult Beauty. It's, as I say, I do a thing very kind of instinctively, and I don't always check everything, because I'm sort of normally not running a business. This is called Salzburg. Anyway, I need to run a business. And my friend Zoe, who helps me, is like, why didn't you check that's not in stock? Why didn't you do this? I was like, oh, just because I got excited about the look. This, I think, is going to give me a little bit more flavour to my skin than the Laura Mercier. That Laura Mercier is for a super pale skin. Didn't really read too much, did it? And now you can see that's lovely. That's just given me enough. It's given me the warmth. See how it reads on the forehead. Just a little bit to break it up. So I've got width on my face now. I've softened that shape up. And then I need something almost pretty much what I've got on my cheeks. I don't think this is for lips and cheeks. This is for, who cares? I don't think it's designed for lips and cheeks. But of course we don't mind about that. Yeah, I need a bit of shape in my mouth. I take this, my favourite Givenchy lip liners. And this one is 2. Yeah, better. I don't need a full-on lip. I need just a bit of warmth and just a bit of shape because of the eyes. And then that gives a little bit of the balance, okay? Hope you can see that as we go along. I think the reason why I try and do these ones for you like this is that it's always nice that everything's a learning curve, and I think that when we put on makeup, we just put it on and we don't think about what we necessarily look like. We're just putting it on and going, okay. But what I'm trying to do is get you to kind of put something on and just be like, oh, do I look better? Do I look worse? Should I do this? Should I do that? So cleaning up the eyeshadow is a good little tip. Really opening out your face by putting your concealer there. There's no highlight, there's no gloss, there's no sheen. My skin just looks fresh. The focus of this look is the eyes. And everything else should, even like the lipstick, the finish of the lipstick is kind of soft, and that works. Anyway, I look forward to hearing what you think. I'm a bit nervous. Oh well, there we go. Who cares? It's only makeup. I can go and wash it off now.